I suggest we use my archives to find a more detailed map of our surroundings.
Well, I hope that justifies our having to load your massive archive suitcase onto the cab. It made us extremely unpopular with our driver.
Like I said, such a serious fellow, Watson. Needs to chill a bit. And we have yet another deduction to make. So press Y. And we have spare parts of a handcar and fake train. Quite simple. And that will give us the train never reached Evesham. It disappeared earlier and was faked by somebody using a handcar and spare train parts from Chesterfield Station. Alright, again, these don't matter, so don't worry about that. Okay, and as they just said, we want to find a better map, and that's going to be on the horse carriage, which will be found around the other side of the train station. There it is. And it's the big suitcase on the back there. Sherlock's archives. So let's grab the map out of there. Search old map.
Now we have two maps. We must combine them properly.
Okay, and what we've got here is we've got a smaller map on top of the bigger map. And you can see when we move it, it goes a little bit transparent. And what we actually want to do is match it up. Now, this really got me stuck earlier because as you can see, it does match there. You can see that, I'll just move it around so that you can see, but it does actually match that. So I was trying for a long time to just get it to fit there and it just wouldn't. But if we move down, which I didn't realize until, yeah, I felt really stupid. But you move down and there's almost a replica again. And this time we can move it in to position.
There is a side branch to...
And there we go.
Its first switch is located between Bridlington and Chesterfield stations. There is one more station to be visited. It is located between Chesterfield and Evesham, and there should be a side railway to the nearby quarry. There is a small section of a railway at the end of Evesham station.
Okay, so that gave us some information on other areas that we need to investigate. So head to our map, and the place that one of the places we haven't been is the railway switch. So we're going to go check that out first. Alright, and the first thing we want to do at the railway switch is actually go and investigate the switch itself, so examine that.
The switch is rusted, but it still works.
Okay, and then just behind us and a little to the right is a sign that says mines and directing us to the mines, so examine that.
Mines? This is interesting.
And then it gives us the hint to use our imagination talent, so push LB.
It would be quite possible for someone to redirect the train towards the mines.
Okay, so we've deducted that it may be possible for the train to have gone to the mines instead of along the track that it was intended. So X again, we're going to the map again. And this time we're going to the mines. Let's do that.
Here are the mines, Holmes. They appear to be abandoned.
More than abandoned, it appears to be collapsed. Okay, first thing we want to do is we want to examine this fallen sign.
This is an administrative panel. See what it says.
And the first thing we need to do with the sign is fix it. So we need to pick up this board and place it back into there.
Watson, you are a gentleman, and gentlemen tend to carry handkerchiefs. Might I borrow yours?
And where is your own?
I haven't the
Not the
faintest idea.
faintest idea.
Very well. Here it is.
Alright, and all we need to do is hold A and move this around until we can uncover what this sign says. Don't know how it all got so dirty, but it did. Oops, I missed a spot. Missed a few spots. And just uncover the writing, or the wording. And that should be enough. Alright, and a little bit more. Oh, we need to push B to exit. And just a reminder.
WEA, coal. These mines belong to them.
Sorry, just a reminder, that was another mini game. And if my achievement does pop early, that's again because I've played ahead. They're the only achievements, the ones that are, you know, accumulative and that sort of thing, that'll pop a little bit differently to yours. I couldn't avoid that, having to play ahead on this game. All right, so next thing we want to do is we want to examine these vehicle traces. And there's a few of these throughout this this case. And what we want to do is we want to take the measurement, and what you do is you put the measuring tape up here, hold A, and down to the other track,
The
and
distance
release.
between the tracks is about 4 feet 8 inches.
And then we can just examine this, examine the track itself,
A lightly loaded vehicle came this way.
and examine the wooden
There's a
beam.
wooden beam lying on the rails. A small vehicle with wooden beams went down this way.
Okay, now we'll head towards the mine. Keep an eye out for a hint to use our
This mine
detective
has
ability.
completely collapsed, Holmes.
It is,
There it is.
but to be truthful, I am not entirely surprised.
And
To follow you, Holmes.
push RB. An empty space. Traces on the ground, missing rails. And now we can examine these screws.
Someone removed these screws, most probably to take down the rails. A few feet of the rails have been dismantled.
Okay, we could do a deduction, but we've got a few more things I want to do first. So we're going to head over here to these two huts to the left of the mine, and we want to enter the hut on the left. And we're going to find a small metal box on the ground here, examine that, and we're going to have another lockpick mini game. So examine the locks.
Must be the safe. Let's open it.
All right, here we are. So again, this is cylinder 1, cylinder 2, cylinder 3, 4, and 5. So starting on cylinder 1, we need to move it up until we can see both of these windows. All right, so put those sort of central. Okay, move to cylinder 2, and the window, we're looking at the window on the right. We want to match the lines up. I believe it's that line, but let's just double check. Yeah, okay. So just line that up like so, and move across to cylinder 3. And again, the same window, the right window, move and let's line these lines up like so. Now what we want to do is we want to hold the left trigger, rotate the whole thing around till we see this sort of square window on the left there. You can see all the other lines are sort of matched up. Now we just need to move across to cylinder 4. Make sure, oops, moved too far. Back to 4. All right. And we need to make sure that we line those lines up there, as you can see there in the window. Just making sure I get it exactly right. So that's lined up in that small square window. And move across to cylinder 5 and move that around and line up those lines. There we go. Box is open. And once inside, we need to take the papers,
The
or
Mexican company
documents.
Caracao and the Chilean Barcazas both want to buy the mines. I need more information. Perhaps Mycroft could help.
Okay, so you can have a read of that. Pause the video if you wish. I'll leave it on page 1 and then page 2. Okay. But basically, it's explaining that there were two groups that wanted to buy this mine, one being a group of Mexicans and one being a group of Chileans. And they had some sort of disagreement over it, and I think the Chileans ended up winning the right to buy the mine. Alright, so head over to the collapsed mine and you'll see the reminder to push RB, the detective investigation skill, and examine this pile of rubble. And there's some sort of package, so move over and examine the strange package. Alright, so pick up the strange box, examine the paper.
This is an unusual kind of paper, stiff and dry. It was used for a specific purpose. Let us look inside.
Alright, what we do here is we grab the corner here by pressing and holding A, and then drag it away to reveal the inside. Alright, and then we can examine the sawdust.
Sawdust? I am almost certain it is a... Watson, could you assist, please? Do you have your pistol? Good. Fire at this package.
Alright, and now what you need to do is you need to press A to go into some sort of aim. And what you want to do is aim just below, I think about there, and shoot. Whoa.
Dynamite.
Okay, and that gives us another deduction. So open up your deductions. And what we want to do is the mines were blasted, and obviously that resulted in the mine collapsing. And what does that give us? The mines were collapsed to hide the train possibly, or they were collapsed because someone did it on purpose. Who knows? It doesn't matter, just choose one. And that's it for the mines. Now open up our map. We want to head back to Evesham. Alright, so down to Evesham on the far right at the bottom there, and we'll head there. Alright, so now that we're back at Evesham, we need to head into the ticket office. So it's just in here. Head around the corner here, and what we want to do is we want to send a telegraph to our brother Mycroft. So contact Mycroft. Some time later,
Mycroft to find out some information on the WEA Coal Company. Here is his reply, and it is an interesting one.
Okay, so this is more information about. Actually, this may be more to do with what I was talking about before, about the two companies or two groups that were trying to buy the coal mine, and the fact that the Chilean Barcazas group were the ones who managed to get the deal for the mines. So that's some information about that, and it allows us to do yet another deduction. So let's do that. Press Y, and it's the WEA Coal and the Chileans. They are the ones that made the deal, and then we can link that to the Mexicans versus the Chileans because they were the ones trying to also buy it. So we're seeing that there might be some sort of motive forming, because we know that the Chileans are the ones that are lost on the train. So that's what we're doing there. Alright, so now what we want to do is we're going to go back out of the ticket office, out onto the train rails. We're going to head right along the rails. Head down this way. And what we'll see is on the left here we'll have a gate that we can actually open. So open that gate and head through here, along here, and there's some remains of a building here that we need to examine.
There was a building here not so long ago.
But I don't understand, Holmes. Why would anyone destroy the shed in such a manner?
It was disassembled in great haste. It is most odd.
Most odd indeed. Okay, and over here we have some tracks. And again, it's hinting that we need to investigate. Push RB and look a little bit closer. The wheel traces and heavy vehicle traces. And examine.
Traces. Let's take a closer look.
Alright, so first thing we can do is do another measurement. So same as before, start here, hold A, move it down to there,
The distance
and
between
release.
the tracks is about 6 feet 7 inches.
And we can examine the
vehicle
traces.
would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep. These traces are relatively fresh and were made by a large truck loaded with materials.
Alright, so that's it for this little area. We need to head back and we want to chat to the station master again and ask him about this building out here. There he is, still looking at this fascinating bike. Obviously doesn't have much to do, this fella. So let's chat to him again.
It appears that there was a small warehouse near your station and that it was disassembled. Why is that?
It was burgled overnight about 2 weeks ago. The police have already started their investigation, but I doubt that they'll find anything.
What was inside the warehouse?
Nothing of value. A few 100 feet of standby rails and some spare railway parts. But it wouldn't be easy to steal all of that. Why would anyone want to?
See you later, my good man.
Okay, and time for another deduction. Push Y. So we have stolen rail tracks, or stolen rail track. So from the warehouse, and we also have rail to mines are missing. So we've got 2 lots of rail missing. So let's link that. And here we go. There's a road into the mines. Join all that together and it gives us another deduction, which is the train could possibly be sealed in the collapsed mine. Interesting. Alright, so that's it for here. We've done our deductions, we've found out all the stuff about the stolen rails, and now we can head to the map. And this time we want to head to the unknown station in between Chesterfield and Evesham. So let's head there. Okay, and here we are. We're at Doncaster train station. So first time visiting here. First thing we want to do is head into the waiting hall, which is this door right here.
A funny character. He looks anxious.
And he is not an Englishman.
No, he certainly wasn't. Alright, now first thing we want to do is check this cigar on the floor. So pick that up and sniff it.
This scent is familiar to me, but in order to recognize it, I must combine my associations into one picture.
Alright, so here we have another puzzle mini game, and the way we solve it is what we have to do is rearrange it all to make a single picture. And to start with, we need to rotate 180 degrees to the side so that we end up with the cigar over on the left over there. And as you can see, the picture's already starting to form, but we need to move it a bit further. Okay, now that we've got that over there, all we need to do now is start to rearrange the actual picture of the hat. I'll just move that off screen so that we can see. So arrange that the best you can. So I'm trying to line up the lines just by using the right stick to maneuver the hat around a little bit. Not quite working for me yet. I'm going to go this way a bit. That looks pretty close. Okay, so now what you can do, once you've got it similar to that, is you can move the leaves. So hold A to drag the leaves, and we want to place it in a way that, so we can only move it left or right, in a way that it covers those gaps there. And you can see there now that that's sort of lined up. I may need to move it a tiniest bit to the right. That looks pretty good. And just a reminder, you can skip this mini game, but it is part of our achievements that we're going for to complete, what was it, 45 mini games without skipping. So, and this one being a fairly easy one, no need to skip it. You just need to move it around until you get it right. So then we move the cigar down with the smoke down to about there somewhere, and that's it.
A brown cigar with a strong aroma, a hint of peppermint. Ricardo.
You already know the name of this man? Holmes, you amaze me.
No, Watson, I refer to the cigar. It is a Ricardo Turrent, a Mexican cigar of an excellent quality. Quite an expensive one, too.
Alrighty, we're going to have to cut it there and call it a video. Join us next time for some more of Case 2 and find out what happens. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And I'll catch you all next time.